Hello everyone, I am back. It has been 7 or 8 months I think since I made a video before. Today's video also be just an advance that not have the best structure. I just made a little list here of things I want to discuss and go through about today. First of all, of course, why I haven't uploaded anything for all that time. Why I'm now in Canada. I will probably put some videos and pictures of what I've been seeing the last months already here. What else? Also why some videos are gone on this channel. This is something I want to discuss and something I'm actually a little bit ashamed of myself by, but I will come to that in a second. And to all the people that are new or for the people that haven't seen anything for all this time, what kind of videos can you expect in future? I will come back to my podcast, etc. And yeah, let's go. So first of all, why didn't I upload anything for 7 or 8 months? I think it's a mixture of both my move to Canada, which I will come to in a second. And then secondly, also so I lived in Spain before, this is where I started my YouTube channel. And this is also where we made the project with the university students, etc. But from the decision where I said, okay, I want to move to Toronto, to Canada, to actually going there, it took like nearly a year. I was a bit naive being from Europe that, moving from Germany to Spain, this was like in a second, basically, you can just go and work and study there. Canada took a bit longer, even though it's a very fair process and definitely easier, for example, than the US, I suppose. It took longer. And this transitioning time I did from Germany. So I moved back to Germany, lived with my father for a while. Then, being 25, I got sick of it and I moved to my own flat in Germany. And it nearly took me a year. And I think this time wasn't the easiest for me since even though my family is in Hamburg and my closer friends, of course, I wanted to go to Toronto all the time. So my head and my heart wasn't all the time in the moment there. So it was really hard for me to feel fulfilled, to feel in the moment, to feel the energy to make videos, to produce something for you. And maybe I should learn to also upload something when I'm not in the best mood, when I'm not in the best phase, because again, this channel is to, help all of us to live a more fulfilling and genuine life. And if I have a face like that, I should be able to upload videos too. So I'll probably do that in future too, if I don't feel too good. But this was basically the reason why I didn't upload anything. Plus, of course, all the efforts that it takes to move to Canada, all the visa process and so on. Coming to Canada, coming to Toronto, I think there was a lot of thought behind moving here. When I was 21, now I'm 26, when I was 21, I moved to Spain for very different reasons. I wanted to have a different climate, different people, and just having fun and experience something new. This is also part of the reason I want to go to Toronto, but it's a much more long-term decision. I was really researching, okay, Leon, looking for what you want in life, where do you want to go, and where do you want to stay? Because I'm not looking to move much anymore. For all of you that have moved before, especially moving countries or even continents, you probably know how hard it is to, always break friend circles, start a new life. And I was thinking, look, the next time you move, you want to move for good, and you want to move to a place where all the long-term factors that could make you doubt the decision, you can always check, okay, they are good. And in Canada, you have a very good public health care, which I like a lot. You have this international environment here, which I love. Toronto itself is incredibly diverse. It's, I think, 51% of people living here not being from Canada. And this is also the first impression I have here. I'm here now for a month. And yeah, in terms of lifestyle, ethnic background, religious background, values, you have, just whatever lifestyle you want to have here, you have so much diversity. And also in terms of the districts. So you have like a big financial district. Probably I will put some videos here about Toronto, and then you have little houses right next to each other basically, and it's really, really exciting. Right now I'm in Airbnb in a condo, and being from Europe, I don't really know about all of those condos, and it's very, very comfortable. You have like a gym in your own place and all of that. I'm getting lost in thought. Anyways, this is the main reasons I wanted to go here, not for the gym in my condo, but for diversity, of course, also being in a bit more global place where it's more global impact, but you still are covered by a good public health care and in a place where you feel very welcome. This is what I expected before, but it's even more than I thought. I'm here for months now, and I haven't felt like an immigrant a second. Maybe if you go to the visa office or something like that. But I still have my German accent. I'm still not from here. but I haven't felt like that, and no one let me feel like this. And this is really a great thank you, first of all, to Toronto and Canada, and a really good impression. But I will come back to Canada, the pros and cons, in a different video for sure. What was the next point? I'm really not used to film anymore. So yeah, I think this is mostly what I wanted to say. I wanted to quickly talk about why some of my videos are gone on this channel, something I'm really not happy about. And it's mostly related to me thinking out loud and just fairly to myself, just being afraid of judgment probably. Because in some of the videos that I deleted, I mentioned people, for example, like Jordan Peterson or Ben Shapiro. And I know that these days you have a very intense culture war. People are very sensitive. People are getting canceled sometimes even. You cannot say certain opinions, I think, on certain platforms, if I'm very honest. And for me, being someone that grew up in a very, like, you know, healthy climate in terms of politics and my family and what we discuss things, and always considering all sides of the aisle, it's really something that I don't like. Like, I don't like for myself that I took down these videos by the fear of judgment. Like, things I usually don't even want to talk about. I mean, when I mentioned Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson, it's mostly for insights on personal development or on social issues. But I don't even want to talk about politics. I have realized pretty early on when I started this YouTube channel that politics itself is probably not an area I want to get too much into, because I know I'm a pretty, you know, sensitive person, and I do not deal well with very toxic environments. And if there's anything toxic right now, then it's politics for sure, and on so many matters. So when talking about those people, I don't even want to dive into their politics. And I think it's even crazy that I have to mention that. Just mentioning an idea of a person doesn't mean that you agree with all of their political opinions, you know? What I'm mostly interested about, and that's actually something I heard from Ben Shapiro. I have to stop doing this already, I feel. But politics are like the tip of the iceberg, and everything below that is values and what you stand for and what you believe in. And really often when it comes to politics, especially comparing right or left, there's like a certain, hopefully in future, more and more harmonious interplay between empathy and self-responsibility. And I think all of those topics matter also in our cultural, societal discussions, personality development, topics I like to talk about, mental health, digital ethics, how we use social media, living a genuine and authentic life. So when I talk about those people, I usually, you know, consume people from conservative opinions, people from liberal opinions, and I'm trying to blend all of those opinions together to inspire you with as much versatile thought that I can do, right? And again, I don't think I even have to mention this. It doesn't mean that I agree with all of their politics, right? I mean, I'm also a fan of the idea of hate the sin and not the sinner, and really take people for what they actually say and not just, you know, being triggered by a certain person. And, you know, when you look at my videos, I try to mention people like Jay Shetty that takes a very spiritual and kindness-focused approach. I try to mention, of course, people like Jordan Peterson, even Ben Shapiro, that go more towards like self-responsibility in many issues. I listen to Ezra Klein now, which I want to mention more and more. From all, like, either it's political people or commentary people, cultural commentary, social commentary, personal growth. I try to blend all of this together, and I realize I'm speaking way too much about it right now and trying to justify certain things. Just again, to keep it short, this is kind of something I'm not proud of, that I took those videos down. I will continue mentioning those people if I find an opinion of them interesting. And that's just something I want to let you know. And you can also expect, coming to my next point, in future videos. Again, this channel, even though it doesn't have like a 100% clear purpose yet in like written in one sentence, but I would say it's really to help us and our generation to live more genuine, more fulfilling lives here, and therefore discussing all sorts of issues I mentioned already. I also hope, even though this video isn't going too much in this direction yet, to make my videos a bit more fun, a bit more playful, which is hard because I try to get a philosophical side in the videos too, and discuss about certain issues more deeply, but I also want to use like my kind of cheerful personality to bring a bit more lightness in those conversations. And that's something you can expect. So topics on mental health, on digital ethics, social media, cultural diversity, finding yourself. Not that I have found myself fully yet, but it's topics that I think for all of us matter. Basically all the topics that are so omnipresent for millennials, for Gen Z. And yeah, I think this is what you can expect. I don't want to promise any strict upload frequency yet, because again, like I also came here with a really cool job working in sustainability issues, which I fully focus on and I work full time in. So I would probably guess every 2 or 3 weeks to upload a new video from all sorts of topics and forms of videos, sometimes just something talking to a camera, sometimes a bit more creative. You can also check out my podcast, which is still called Insight by Noel Merse. I'm still looking for a new name there, but that's the only thing I came up with so far. Yeah, if you one thing I want to mention, of course, if you live in Canada and North America, or specifically also in Toronto, leave me a comment if you want to collaborate, talk about all of these issues. Really happy to do so, of course, also for a podcast episode. Yeah, you don't even have to be a content creator, just if you're interested to talk about these issues in front of the camera or behind the camera, let me know in the comments. Leave a like to the video, subscribe to my channel, of course. To all the people in Europe and in the rest of the world, I will, of course, also come back to visit and hopefully see you there again. And also hope that I can make this project again with another university one day, which I did in Barcelona, or the same university even. This was really a great, fulfilling thing for me. Yeah, that's it. I know I probably talked too much about certain things. I didn't have to talk that much, but I think I wanted to get them out of the way for the next videos to come. Yeah, love you all. Hope you have a good time, and see you next time. Bye bye.